exciting times. If this is what I think it is, then even the box is quite small. Shall we find out what's inside? I'm hoping that this is the Mavic Mini 2. It could just be some random piece of kitchen equipment or something. Oh no! Oh no! Look at that! Look! That is one small box. Okay. And in there is the drone and the remote control. Let's see how we can get in here. So, why, you might ask, am I buying another drone? I've already got a drone. Because I'm obsessed with smallness. Size matters. And I just, not for any sort of legal reason, because I registered the drone and all that kind of thing anyway. And in the UK, even this 249 gram drone will have to be registered after January the 1st. It's so that I can have it with me all the time. And so, epic fail. I can't work out how to open the box. And I'm not going to rip it because it's got that silky Apple thing going for it. Oh, you complete idiot guy. There we go. Oh, you are joking. That is insane. Okay, I was prepared for small. I wasn't prepared for microscopic. That is extraordinary. Okay. Wow. Okay. What else is in here? Ah! Okay. The remote control is way bigger than the drone. Massively bigger. But that is tiny. Okay. Oh, it's on. Or I touched it and it went on, or something. Look. So that's what we got to play with. What we're going to do, I hate reviews of drones and things like that where they just sit at tables and talk about them. We've got to get this up and running. We've got to get it charged. We've got to get it in the air so that we can have a look and see if it lives up to its billing. And then we can talk about why I bought it when I've already got a Mavic Air. Because I wanted it. Okay, check back in a minute.
Now obviously a lot's been made of the size of the Micro Mini 2. Here is my Mavic Air. So you can see this is the Mark 1 Mavic Air. You can see obviously the Mini is substantially smaller. But when you combine it with its remote control, is it really that small? Let us play a quick game. What I'm going to do is put both the drones and their remote controls in a plastic bag, and you tell me which is which. Ta-da! Which is which? Mini Mavic Air. You see, when they're actually bundled up, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And if you're going to go climbing a mountain and flying your drone off the top of some peak somewhere in the distance, the difference when you actually combine the remote control, not so sure. This one, I think, is the Mini. Yes, the dog agrees. This one is the Mini. Okay, but you can put it in your pocket. So another little test. This is going to be called drone or not. Do I have a drone on my person or not? Ah, hello, nice to see you. Do I have a drone on my person? Answer, yes I do. Ah, nice to see you again. Do I have a drone on my person? Ah, gave it away a bit there. Yes, I do. Hello. Do I now have a drone on my person? Yes, I do. So it is genuinely pocket size. But how quiet is it? Another scientific test. Okay, first the Mavic Mini. Hardly made a dent in the VU meter, did it? Okay, that's right on top of the meter. Now let's take it up. What's it up? Let's take it to 10 meters. How about 10 meters? That's 10 meters. And we've got 40 decibels. Okay, now for the Mavic Air. Now, quite a lot of the background noise has gone down. Right, okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, it's not deafening, but it's obviously a lot louder. Right, let's take it up to 10 meters. Okay, you can't be unaware of the fact that it's there. It is significantly louder. It's currently reading at 54, so it's 10 dB louder, and obviously loud enough for the dog to notice, okay? If the dog notices, people will notice. So it's not deafening, but it's not exactly sort of quiet enough that nobody would notice, whereas I think actually the Mini is possibly quiet enough you could get away with people just not knowing it was there. So let's go out and fly the drone somewhere a bit prettier than my drive. Oh, it's a bit brassy this morning. So we're coming down to the harbour. Going to find a quiet little spot to see what the Mini 2 has to say for itself. As you can see, there's a couple of hundred dark-bellied Brent geese in the field behind me here for the winter. About a couple of dozen swans, so we're going to try and keep it away from the birds, because birds and drones do not mix, and we don't want to disturb the birds. So I'm going to find a quiet spot and then we'll get it up in the air and see how it goes. Right, the wind's picked up a bit, but I think nothing which will bother our friend here. I mean, it's only about 10 mile an hour wind, so nothing really very serious. Rather one or two more people around than I was hoping, but nonetheless, we'll see how we get on. So, now the thing is, before you fly the thing for the first time, you have to obviously download the app, but also you have to make sure that it updates the firmware, because the firmware is not a small download, and you want to make sure you do that at home before you come out, because if you're trying to do it on a mobile phone, it can be really frustrating. It says you've got 400 megabytes to download and you've only got 1 bar of signal, and you go, why didn't I do that at home? So get the thing prepped, have a little test flight at home before you take it out, because it can be so frustrating. Now, this works pretty well. This is a lot better than the old version of the Mavic Air one, which I used to use, which was always fiddly to put this on. But this, although it's larger, it definitely works better. Let me just plug that in, turn it on, and it's ready for action pretty much. Well, it's very, very easy to fly. I mean, you know, how easy could that have been? But the quality of the signal back to the phone is absolutely exceptional. Really, really good. Massively better than my Mavic Air, which was always, to put it mildly, a bit of a worry. Really, honestly. Right, here we go. Hello, my friend. I nearly dropped you in the drink then, didn't I? Because I wasn't paying attention. Did you notice that? And now I'm losing sight of it, and that's 200 meters out. So realistically, that if you really wanted to do it legally, so that you're always in sight of it, that is your limit. Obviously it'll go way farther than that. I could probably fly it halfway to Chichester from here. It does look absolutely brilliant though. And this was a drone which was sitting in my pocket a moment ago. Incredible. Where has it gone? Come back! Because you don't have you do need to pay attention because you do not have any collision avoidance. So this is the easiest drone in the world to crash if you take your eye off it. Any drone's easy to crash, actually. But I think it looks absolutely great. It is spookily small though. Right, we're going to close him down and we're going to go off, drive up into the Downs, have another fly there, and I'll show you something else quite cool when we're in the car. Okay, initial thoughts. It's an extraordinarily capable drone given how small it is. It's not the windiest today, but it's not still, and although you can see the whole thing, you know, buffeting about in the breeze a bit, the shot is pretty rock solid, incredible. The quality of the pictures, you know, I'll see when I get back, but it, you know, from what I can see so far, looks really great. But as I was saying, I mean, you see comparisons done with, you know, the Mini versus the Mavic Air versus the Mavic Pro versus the Inspire and all the rest of it. And unless you're actually making television or cinema films, are you really going to notice the difference on YouTube? What the biggest difference is what you're filming, not the quality of the image from the drone. I think. And if you have a nice bright winter's day like today and something interesting to film, yay, it's going to look great. So if you are more likely to carry the Mavic, I mean, I'm going to stop calling it the Mavic. DJI are very keen to avoid that, aren't they? The Mini 2, if you're really, you know, if you've got it with you all the time and it's really easy to charge up as it, you know, as it is here in the car, then yeah, then it's going to be there when you suddenly see that shot. You see that, you know, wonderful sunset, that amazing, you know, snow-covered forest or whatever it is, which, you know, are you likely to bump into that? I don't know where you live. You know, if you live in Middlesbrough or Pittsburgh, chances are you're not going to see that. Anyway, look, so we're going to drive up a little bit further, up into the South Downs, and have another little fly and see how it gets on, because it'll be a little bit breezier up there. Okay? So what do we think? It's a very, very capable drone, and the wonderful thing is you really can stick it in your pocket and you can take it anywhere, and it's just ready and there. And also it is a lot quieter, as we discovered, so it just makes less of a nuisance of itself and people don't notice you've got it. It's back to that thing again, you know, what's the best drone? The one you've got with you. So I'm very pleased with my purchase. I'm very pleased with the security I feel flying with OcuSync 2, because it is just so much more reliable. You know, I'm not going to fly at 10 kilometers, but sometimes, you know, even with the Mavic Air 1, you know, I'd get a few hundred yards from the house, a couple of hundred yards from the house, and all of a sudden it's all breaking up and it's all looking a bit wobbly. You know, it has enhanced Wi-Fi. Why would I fly an aircraft relying on technology which can't let me read my emails in the bedroom? And now a couple of things it doesn't do. It doesn't do the follow me tracking thing really properly. It doesn't do obstacle avoidance, and it doesn't do a flat color profile. So there's a limit if you wanted to do really posh stuff. But really just think, 90% of the time, what are you going to use it for? You're going to use it for stuff like this. You're just going to have a laugh, and you're going to, make little films, add lots of B-reel to your existing movies, all those kind of things. And it does do this, which is quite cool. Oh, SD card full? You can't be full. That's depressing. Right, let's do... Which of these ones am I going to do? I don't want it to do that one. I just want it to sort of... Okay, let's have it at 25 meters. It's doing... Okay, here's a quick shot. It's going to do up and away. 3, 2, 1. So as you walk towards it, it will track you, and then it'll just do this back and away thing until it ends up at 25 meters away. Because it is quite quiet, it is possible to talk to your drone without hearing it droning away. And then you can just transition into a rather nice shot like this. So there you go. The DJI Mini 2, it really does fit in your pocket, and for what 90% of people want 90% of the time, it's the drone you need. It's the drone you want. It's small, it's cheap, it's incredibly agile. It does feel slightly wobbly in flight, but it's just not reflected in the shots. So the stabilization is absolutely incredible. Really, really good. Yeah, this is the one which you put in your backpack. This is the one which you put in your pocket, because it's going to be with you on a lovely day today. So that's all I've got for you for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Slightly different to what we normally do. Let me know what you think in the comments underneath. If you're new to the channel, very nice to see you. Why don't you subscribe, and then we'll do more stuff like this in the near future. See you soon.